Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. It's Slows Trades. Kind of wanted to give up a little bit of an update on everything that's been going on. So, as some of you obviously may be very much aware, um, for the last couple weeks now, hopefully you haven't been living under a rock. But my Forex funds obviously got shut down. With that, one of my 100K accounts that I had was it's gone. It's gone. That's the easiest way that I can put it. It is gone, and unfortunately, that is money that has been flushed down the drain, man. I was hoping that they would probably give a refund to people, but nope. They just took it and ran with it, man. And yeah, it sucks. But however, now currently I am with the funded trader. Currently, I'm taking a small 5K account. You know, after the whole situation with my forex funds, I kind of been having ups and downs. I had to take some time to step back and kind of reflect on my journey. Because this is not easy. This is probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. Um, and there's been moments in my life, I think, in this 3 year journey that I've wanted to probably, I would say, find something different. But something keeps bringing me back. I don't know why. To be quite frank, I am a religious person. I think I often find myself thinking, like this is what the Lord wants me to do. Like the Lord doesn't want me to give up, and I always have a hard time walking away from it, man. I might be, 2 weeks off or a week off or, but something, I always end up coming right back because I enjoy making analysis. I enjoy watching price action do its thing. And reflecting on this over the past 2 weeks, I started thinking like, okay, you know, clearly there's something that I'm doing that is not helping. So I started diving into some of my losses and, you know, what I have been doing. And oftentimes I've noticed that either I overmanage it or I was trading during hours that I shouldn't be trading. For example, Asian session, right? Trading at work, trading on my phone. Those are things that are not part of my game plan that I should not be doing. And, looking at that, I was like, okay, well, what if, as crazy as this might sound, right? What if I just stop doing that? What if I trade strictly the Nasdaq and strictly US30. I don't do no forex pairs anymore because I don't do forex anymore. You know, um, Once I walked away from forex, trading became that much easier for me. And what if I just stick to these two indices that I've been really like for the past 6 months, really put the time into, understand. And ever since then, I've been seeing better results, way better results. So as you guys can see right now, again, this is a 5K account. I have to make 10% on this. Okay, I wish it was 8%, but the accounts that the funded trader offers that is 8%, I believe they start at 25,000. And the account will cost you roughly around like 200 something, maybe 275. I could be wrong, but the reason why I went with the 5K and specifically, this 10% is because I started thinking, well, I need to be able to take a challenge multiple times. I listening to my mentor, he talks about risk management and also talks about increasing your risk while in profit, reducing your risk while in drawdown, right? I also there was a couple weeks back, maybe even a month or two ago, I was listening to Paladin, and Paladin talked about how he would take multiple accounts. Like he had three, four, five accounts ready, right? Because he said, hey, it's not realistic to think that I'm gonna be able to pass these accounts, making that 8%, 10% in a month, 30-day limit. And even though I know now it's obviously unlimited trading days, which is a beautiful thing, I think that same logic can still be, uh, placed upon the accounts even now, right? Where I'm combining both into one and saying, hey, if I'm in profit, I'm going to risk. I'm going to increase my profit. If I'm up 2%, I'm going to risk the 2%, man. Because best case scenario, I'm in profit. Worst case scenario, I'm at break even. And at that point, okay, cool. I'm back to back to square one. But based on my profitability, if my edge works out, I'm gonna be 3 times, 5 times where I started. And I think that's worth the risk. So as you guys can see for today, your boy is up, 90, like 90 something dollars. Specifically, we are 95 and 81 cents. Took 2 winners. Small loss. Price came back, and I closed my original. I closed half of my original position. But just to break down the chart, right, on why I took the trade that I took. So looking at my daily, we are in a steady decline. Okay. 4 hour, I recognize that we have a supply up here. Off of the 1 hour, we have it's right in your face, drop, base, drop. Okay. So very simple, very straight to the point. When I was waiting, because I actually ended up waking up a little late, but thank God that I woke up on time. I woke up around 9:45. Was looking at the market. It finally had reached my supply area. And as soon as I got this 5-minute break structure, I entered. Now, I ended up risking 2%, right? As price was coming back into my back into drawdown around 10:05, that's where you guys see the $8 loss. I closed half of that position, and I opened the next position up here. I opened 1% up here, 1% right there. Now, I know I'm saying it's 1%. It really isn't. It's less than 1% because what I was doing was literally hitting on my magic keys, double order. Okay, so my double order just literally copied the same lot size and slapped it right there, and copied my stop loss and my take profit, and just for the same lot size but just higher. So in theory, we were if we would have gotten stopped out, it would have been maybe maybe 1.7%. So not all the way 2%, but obviously more than 1%, more than 1.5. I want to say. Now, price. I entered here, right? I said, okay, it is what it is. If we get stopped out, we're losing less than 2%, which is beautiful. And if we come down and I hit, I get my TP hit, my first initial position will hit 3RR, and my second entry is gonna hit 5RR, which for me that's perfect. That's beautiful, right? Now, as y'all can see, price started coming down to this daily, which is my purple, and it started hesitating. Now, again, right, even though I started saying, okay, we are in a decline, I cannot deny that for the day, we are very much, pushing up. Now, could this potentially, could the day end up all the way down here? So off of the daily, this candlestick just being a gigantic wick and this, closing right here? Absolutely. But right now it's 11:15, and I finished trading around 10:50. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to manage my trade. So I said, no, let me manage it now. Let me get out, because I don't want to let my trade just be left running, or at least let me put it at break even. Okay. However, again, as price was coming down here, so you guys can see it's 1025. Price pushed down, broke this wick, and I'm like, okay, cool. We're gonna start. It's gonna get going, right? I also kept in mind, we had a there's for some of you guys that follow obviously Doyle, and I was in Doyle's mentorship as well, so I pay attention to these things too, right? We had a little 5 minute, and more importantly, we had a little 1 hour demand right here, which I was really hoping we're gonna get to that 1 hour demand. For me, this would have been perfect because I would have just closed out right there, but it didn't happen, and I couldn't just ignore this, right? We had a support on top of a potential 5 minute demand, you know, and as I was seeing price reacting to this, I was like, okay, well, in this case, let me go ahead and close this position right here, and that's exactly what I did. I closed price around this area right here. Okay, so you guys can see 2RR, not bad, right? And then I left this trade running. Now this trade, I moved my stop loss above this candle high right here, as we had this doji. I I was like, you know what? For me, I'd rather get stopped out here than get a break even. It's just the honest truth. Now, if it would have stopped me out and then pushed all the way down, it is what it is. I don't care. I already made some profit. I'm very much thankful to God for some profit. So, moved my stop loss, got stopped out, gave thanks to God, gave glory to God, and um, called it a day. And, looking at it now, as you guys can see, uh, we would have gotten stopped out. And even though I moved my, originally I did move my stop loss to break even, I would have got stopped out. So again, I'm very much happy with my trade today. We made almost 2%, almost 2%, around 2%, I want to say, because this is around 90 something dollars. So almost 2%, and we are up close to 4%, 3.92. I am, let's see. I'm still getting used to the interface from TradingView. I'm sorry, from the funded trader, but I don't know if this is showing me my balance. Okay, yeah, it was showing it. Cool. So yeah, we are up 196, right? We still have, again, give it 8%. I'm gonna count it as 4 already because we're like literally 0.8% from 4%. We need about 6%. We need about 6.08% left to hit phase one. Um, so yeah, and again, this is very interesting. We're gonna see. Who knows what's gonna happen? I'm gonna leave the chart like that. But yeah, guys. Like I said, the one thing I want you guys, anybody that's watching this video, the one thing I want you to get from this is stick to your trading plan, man. Stick to your trading plan. Make sure that you back tested it enough and documented to understand it. Okay, I have this amount of win rate. Make sure that you stick to your trading rules and risk how much you're willing to lose. Because I struggled. My biggest thing that I'm still overcoming, I want to say, is the fact that I struggled a lot with losses. I struggled a lot with letting go. Getting to a point that I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's okay. If I lost, it's okay. If I win, cool. But a loss is not a bad thing. It's just part of probability. Now, like I said, and I'll say this again. One thing that I also struggled with was, for example, this trade right here was watching trade, it come to here and be, let's say this account, it was like 2 point something percent, and then come back up, and I'd be freaking out, just angry, for it to come. My stop loss, I would have maybe just kept it a break even or even moved it here, and then getting stopped out, and then I would have been pissed off that, oh man, I was this much in profit and I didn't do anything about it. And it's like, no, dude, it is what it is, and yeah, guys, that's really the only thing I can say. And this is my journey, and we'll see what's gonna happen in the long term. But I'm here to improve every day and share my experiences, and I hope that maybe somebody watching can hopefully learn from it too. Shout out to Stretch FX. I that man is also, I think he's a big motivator, and seeing him struggle, and I have around the same, I would say, time stamp as him, 3 years going on to 3 years now as well. And again, shout out to him, man, because it's not easy. I watched his journey, and seeing that he's funded now, three accounts is a blessing. And I'm just like, like, man, that's motivating, man. Like, that's motivating. Like, this thing is possible. It's very much possible. Um, and I'm just saying, like, with everything going on right now, the economy, bills, just life in general. Because I was considering going back to school, and I think I'm still gonna go ahead and go to school. I was gonna go to college. I'm gonna be getting I'm gonna attempt, because I don't know what can happen, but I'm gonna attempt to get a degree in Ferris State. Gonna go for digital animation and game design. I very much fell in love with Blender and animation and all that stuff. And we're gonna attempt to do that. But I'm saying attempt because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. If it's God's will and I start, I go full time with trading, I may or may not get the degree. I may just continue to get courses, because that's what I've been doing now. I got like 3 courses on Blender. I've been doing these little projects, and I've been very much enjoying it. But all right, guys, without further ado, is your boy Lowe's Trades. I hope you guys are having a blissful week, a blissful day. Please, please, please follow your trading plan. Please have patience. Follow the process. Focus on the process, not the results. I'll see you guys on the next one.